playing without two guys in their regular rotation. Sean Phillips not going tonight, as well as Austin Nunez. We're off and rolling from Tempe. Mustangs in the green. Arizona State yet again in their gold uniforms. Right away, it's Mac Reneker, who's going to be a big-time scoring threat for the Mustangs. Newly improved Cal Poly program, first-year head coach Mike DeGeorge, coming over from D2 Colorado Mesa. Opening possession for the Mustangs, a team that won just 4 games a year ago. Like I said, they feel like they're much improved. 2 to shoot. Rolling around Friman, an awkward little floater is no good. And here comes Arizona State with their opening offensive possession. Alston Mason running the point for ASU. He's been outstanding as of late, 13 points per game for the senior point guard. Has it on the wing. Dump down low, Jihad. Another big name addition out of the portal for the Sun Devils. Friman on the wing. 5 to shoot. Step through, kick out. A 3 for Adam Miller. It's good, and the Sun Devils break the seal.
Yeah, they're at their best when they share the ball well, keep it moving offensively, and it leads to the wide open corner train.
Miller hit a huge 3 down the stretch in a game last time out for the Sun Devils that was a lot closer than maybe ASU fans would have thought, as there's a 3 by Jared Hyder right back at you to tie the game up at 3.
Yeah, something Cal Poly is going to want to do is get a shot up in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock tonight.
People from Arizona will think of Mike D'Antoni and the Suns. The style they have offensively, it's positionless basketball. They want to take and make shots at a quick rate. Jihad yet again, this time from the corner. He's been so big for Arizona State early on in his career.
And one of the big improvements as well for ASU, they're shooting from beyond the arc this season.
Baseline cut inside and a kick out to a 3-ball. Reneker, no good. 3 balls flying for both sides in the opening couple of minutes. B.J. Friman, another talented transfer for Arizona State from Milwaukee. Out to Quaintance in the short corner. His first career double-double last time out against St. Thomas. He'll back down, use that big frame. The freshman was rejected. Sticks with the play. Blocked away again. Loose ball scramble, picked up by Jihad. 5 to shoot. Bashir Jihad goes up, using that pivot foot. Will throw up a prayer, no good. And a nice defensive stand by the Mustangs.
Be interesting to see how they hold up inside as Cal Poly. So far, so good on that possession.
Good ball movement. The 3 for Owen Kuntz. Knocks it down. Kuntz 32% from downtown. But he's a guy that really can shoot it at his last stop at Colorado Mesa. How about over 50% from three-point range?
I got a number of guys that can shoot it close to that clip.
Poly coming out with an opening flurry. That was a key for them. Here's B.J. Friman answering right back, and it's a 3-point barrage for both sides in the opening 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's been that right corner for Arizona State. It's been their friend so far.
Highest percentage 3 you can take because it's the shortest distance. Nice rebound that time by Friman. Cat-like instincts. They'll bring the ball into the front court. Look for him to potentially have a big night for ASU. B.J. Friman, a guy who has been a little...
His position in this rotation, a guy that's going to explode once they get into conference play.
See Mike DeGeorge there, first year at the helm. We mentioned came over from Colorado Mesa and rebuilt that program really from the ground up, and that's exactly what he's going to try to do at Cal Poly as well. Open 3, top of the key, rims out, battle for the rebound. Ball insightful the way he runs this program.
Yeah, and really wants to focus on guys being positionless. That kind of goes back to that analytical approach. Guys that can play multiple positions, be versatile, guard all 5 on the floor.
Here's Friman. Alston Mason, just that poised control of the offense of the point guard position, which is invaluable. Lock down low, Quaintance. 7 to shoot. The 5-star freshman. 13 feet away, missed it short. Adam Miller will keep possession for ASU, and Friman will rattle home a 3. How about a 4-for-4 start from downtown for Arizona State? Mason might have gotten tagged down low. He's slow to get up, and there was a foul called down low. Out to an early lead. Second free throw no good that time by Kieran Elliott, who just checked into the game for Cal Poly. But you'd love to get a lead against the Mustangs. Allow some of these guys to get a rest. Although, as you saw in that graphic, ASU will have over a week off before their Thanksgiving tournament in Palm Springs. We mentioned ASU 4 of 4 from downtown, trying to make it 5 for 5. Mason cannot hit. And the long rebound falls to Owen Kuntz, another one of those transfers from Colorado Mesa, who came along with their head coach, Mike DeGeorge. 4 of those transfers for the Mustangs. Baseline cut inside, wraparound find, good eye.
Once you get out and run against you, those long rebounds really create mismatches on the push up the floor. Almost had a situation there. Credit Arizona State for getting back on D.
There's a look at 10th-year head coach Bobby Hurley, looking for a little bit of history tonight. 1 win shy of becoming the 2nd winningest head coach in program history, only behind Ned Wolk, who the court is named after here at Desert Financial Arena. Josan Sanin, the highly touted freshman guard with a mid-range pull-up, Jay. It's so silky, it's so pure.
Yeah, one of the best freshman shooters that Bobby Hurley's ever been around, he says, playing or coaching. That's a big compliment to him.
Mac Reneker rims out on a long 3. Here comes the speed of Alston Mason. Head up, kick out. Sanin, another chance to show off that shooting stroke. You bet he got it again. And the 5th 3-ball of the opening burst for ASU. 10-point lead, Arizona State. Mustangs just trying to survive the opening punch, and that air ball 3 won't help. Jared Hyder missed out.
It's a nice job to get the puppies in order, shall I say, and knock one down from that corner again.
How about the start for Sanin from downtown? 54%. He's one of only 14 guys in the country shooting that high of a percentage with at least 13 makes. That stat from Chris Cartman of Sun Devil Source. And really goes to show it's not a fluke. You see that high of a percentage, you might think low volume. Not the case. Rare missed shot here in the early going for ASU, shooting it over 50% from the floor. That came from Quaintance. Mustangs of Cal Poly ranked at 288 in the Ken Pom. Missed push shot down low that time by Kuntz. 11-1 run for ASU over the last 3 minutes and change, but there's a turnover. Ahead comes Isaac Jessup, our impact player for this ball game for the Mustangs. He hits a brick wall and a block shot from Quaintance, who's alone on the other end of the floor. They throw it ahead to Quaintance. What a catch down low. A kick out Sanin. A duo of freshmen showing off their athleticism. Quaintance can't get it to go on the follow away. And here come the Mustangs right back. Quick hands for Mason. Good hustle by Jihad. Ends up with a broken sequence. Another deflection. Great aggressive defense for Arizona State right here. Tangling bodies down low, a 3, but first a foul, I believe.
You guys going at it, and then it just became a positioning battle and heat of the moment type thing.
The intensity that everyone that watches Arizona State basketball knows from Bobby Hurley came out as he was inside the 3-point arc, out pleading his case as that melee was commencing. So back to play finally. Here's Alston Mason rolling to the mid-range, finding Quaintance near the block. Spinning around down low, the 17-year-old looks well beyond his years, an easy deuce.
And one thing they're looking for him on the offensive end, consistency and a little bit more seasoning on that post move.
Bobby Hurley said today at shoot-around, he's already elite defensively. He's still trying to find his rhythm, find his form offensively, and that's something Quaintance has said himself, just trying to slow the game down, and it's easy to see why. He's just 17 years old, youngest player in the country.
And Coach Hurley thinks the passing, the assist numbers are what's going to come first.
He said he might be one of the leading assist guys on this team. Nearly had one right there, but the 3 by Mason wouldn't go. Loose ball scramble, and Amir Ali at the right place, right time. Big freshman for Arizona State. Of course, you have Sanin and Quaintance, but Amir Ali, he's like the pit bull of the group.
And it's the effort of Quaintance to keep that play alive, tap it to him, get that assist, and Ali gets the bucket.
Cal Poly needs to start hitting some shots, or else this could get away from them quickly. Out of bounds on a great hustle play again by Ali.
There's already 3 of them offensively. Arizona State owning the offensive glass, 5-0 in that department.
And Ali just with those hustle plays. Had another one right before the timeout. Rolling to the mid-range. A deflected pass out by Quaintance there. Back into the interior, and a nice looking teardrop by Isaac Jessup. His first field goal. Arizona State offensively, of course, those 3 freshmen, a big reason why they've had a lot of success so far, but they've scored 80 points in 4 straight games. First time since 2017, 2018, and Arizona State fans will remember that was the guard U year that got as high as number 3 in the country, ultimately made the NCAA tournament. Here's Sanin attacking the cup, no good off window. The tip also won't go, and it's volleyed back into the hands of Hyder. That was a fun team to watch, that guard U team for Arizona State. Trey Holder, Cody Justice.
Speaking of the 3-ball, my goodness.
Shannon Evans, can't forget about him as well. Here's Hyder. Ball in a yo-yo and an attack drive. Rineker rocks the rim. Hello, Mac Rineker. What a take for two.
And we'll see if the inside game gets Cal Poly and their shooters going a little bit. Hot start, really cold in the middle. And now 4 straight for them.
Rineker, a guy that had season-ending foot surgery last year. They're saying he's still getting back to normal. He looked pretty normal right there. That's normal for Josan Sanin. A 3 from the wing. He's red hot to start this ball game. Already 8 points. And boys, he found his role coming off the bench for ASU. Has a 3 right back for Jared Hyder.
Yeah, Sanin, I don't think he's met a shot that he doesn't like. I mean, he had a guy in his face right there. Confidence from the freshman to knock it down.
Sanin now 2 of 2 from downtown, which means he is 10 for his last 14, making 11 of his last 15 from 3.
And again, already in double digits. And since he's been moved off the bench, 11 more points per game in 3 games he started.
Watch out, here's Amir Ali running the floor. He's fouled hard on a tough contest. He's someone that has the juice, certainly, but he's accepted his role right now coming off the bench and has really maximized his opportunities. As yet again, a take to the rim for Rineker, but instead of throwing that down, he missed the finger roll. Arizona State by 11. Here's Friman to the mid-range. Friman to the cup, can't get it to go. And a nice play keeping that alive. Here comes Elliott. Past the midway point of this opening half. Arizona State led by as many as 13. Certainly the aggressor so far tonight. Nice high arcing 3 by Hyder. 11 points already for Jared Hyder. Had that 1 airball 3, but he's been perfect besides that, 3 of 4. Amir Ali from the corner. Tell you what, you can't blink, you're gonna miss something. The pace rapid between these two sides so far. Jihad spun back around baseline side. He was cut off nicely by Elliott. It goes out of play and it goes Poly. Stuck with the coaching regime change. And it must be said, who knows what the Mustangs will do in the Big West, but they're going to be much improved from where they were last year, which was really a bottoming out of this program. Just 4-28, went winless in the Big West. That's not going to be the case this year. Quarter 3, no good, and a foul will go on the ground against the Mustangs.
Has done great things in the NCAA tournament in years recent, and they have a new regime up there as well. He's got a good foundation here for Cal Poly.
And he's done it before. As we mentioned at Colorado Mesa, he made them a perennial NCAA tournament team in the Division II side. But when he took over there, that program had won 19 games in 2 years combined. He turned them into a powerhouse at the D2 level, trying to do the same on the Central Coast of California. As you mentioned, Alex, Mustangs have settled down offensively. Steady the seas against this talented Sun Devil bunch. Rolling inside, Bizimana was trying to cut baseline. He just checked in. Paul Bizimana, the senior from Texas. 5 to shoot here for Hyder. He's been their go-to guy. He does it again. And how about Jared Hyder? 4 of 5 from 3. He's got 14.
Yeah, the 3 ball is what's going to keep Cal Poly in this game. It was a necessity coming in. And they've
so far this year, an impressive road win against Eastern Washington last time out. You get the sense this program, maybe a little bit of a rebirth to come.
Yeah, and a lot of it goes down to getting back to the granular, the things that you can't control. Saying it again, my goodness. But it comes to effort, it comes to little things and trying to find the Moneyball edge a little bit. All the way back to his days at Rhodes College in Memphis, Tennessee, a rebuilding architect. And at Rhodes College, that's where he met Ron Dubois, his right-hand man, who really kick-started analytics for this program.
Parent turnovers, back and forth we go. Good contest that time by Sanin, but the layup is good for Bizimana. And this guy is popping all over the floor right now. He's got 12 points in 9 minutes off the bench. You think he's comfortable playing college basketball? Remember, folks, this is just his 6th game at this level. You would not guess that by looking at his game. 5-point advantage for Arizona State, a foul away from the ball. And that was the first on Hyder. Mustangs leading scorer has 14 of their 25 points thus far, including 4 of 5 from downtown. Adam Miller back into the game for Arizona State. Killer cross. Trying to throw it down low. Good hands again by Quaintance. He's swarmed by 3 Mustangs and he's fouled on his process to the back.
Yeah, the unselfish nature of a highly touted prospect, right, coming out. Wanted to do the little things well. Another thing that Coach Hurley mentioned was the high motor. It doesn't take a lot to motivate him. He's ready to go when he wakes up and rolls out of bed.
And you have the talent along with that.
And the size, too. Yeah.
That is rare to find. Short corner, spin move, Reneker. He saw Quaintance and kicked it straight out to the wing. A missed three. And look at the leaping ability of Quaintance as the foul was called on the loose ball. Easy to find. He has to get some custom made by Adidas. Adidas, of course, a great partnership with Arizona State. But in terms of dress shoes or anything like that, it is a nightmare for this 17-year-old to find shoes that fits him.
Someone get Shaq on the horn.
Right. If he keeps playing the way he has already, he'll have a shoe deal in no time, and I think they'll have him taken care of, regardless of what kind of shoe he wants. Loose ball fouled down low as Jihad.
Room with all the colors all over the place. Looks good, though.
A quick release three off the inbound, no good. Good battle for the board down low, but it ends up in the paws of Mason, who will run the floor. Alston Mason, great move on a shake and bake for two.
That's all balance and body control, getting the defender off balance while you keep yours and lay it in with the left hand.
No moment appears like it'll be too big for Alston Mason, an experienced guy who spent some time at Oklahoma when they were in the Big 12, and then a couple of... Close to a 5-second call.
And we mentioned it earlier, the consecutive games with 80-plus points for this group. When you combine that with the defensive prowess of Bobby Hurley's teams in recent memory, that's going to set up for great success in the best conference in college basketball.
The team at ASU that was picked 12th in the 16-team Big 12. Of course, the immediate question is how many teams will get into the tournament from this conference? One of, if not the best conference in the country. But with the way they play, the talent they have, now the rest of the Big 12 very talented, but you...
I mean, you make any kind of noise in the Big 12, you're going to be dancing.
When that one loss, that one blemish, the number 3 team in the country, Gonzaga, in a road game, you lose by 8 points, and by far the best effort against the Zags this year. Gonzaga, of course, blew out Baylor by over 30 and handled San Diego State on the road. Another hard tumble for Ali. Goodness gracious, you hope he's okay. The shooters roll, and it's ASU back on top by double digits for the first time since the opening couple of minutes of this game. Middle eight portion you hear about all the time. Be interesting to see if ASU can distance themselves a bit in the final 4 of this first half. Move to the basket. Defense vacated the premises, and it's Owen Kuntz who will take advantage.
Yeah, just a miscommunication on the backside. That'll come as these guys play a little bit longer together.
Friman, he was working on that 3-ball well before shoot-around today. He was the first player out for ASU. Stuck with the play, missed the layup. Looked for the foul call, but it's cleared. And here comes Hyder. Hyder trying to work around Quaintance. This is a fun matchup between two guys that can really get their jobs done on each end of the floor. Mid-range J over the top of Friman is good. There's Owen Kuntz. Had a season-high 19 points against Eastern Washington last time out. Kuntz already with 7 tonight. Mason, high arcing it through. Alston Mason falling away.
And again, it's body control. Took a bump on the way up, was looking for the call, still made the bucket. Kind of quelled a small run for Cal Poly.
Ali got blown by in a nice layup here in Elliott's, sophomore from Lubbock, Texas. Transferred from West Texas A&M. Here's Quaintance. Look out, there's a rim rocker for the superstar freshman. A waltz down that left lane line, and you could see it coming, Alex. Big time two-handed flush.
By 3 guys with green jerseys, elevate, celebrate. You get back on D, guard the ball, get a block.
He can do it all, both ends of the floor. Now he runs ahead. Miller, eyes up. Kick out Friman. Down low, Quaintance. Sticks with the play. How about another dunk, this time with one hand? Jaden Quaintance. He's Mr. Everything. Ten-point Arizona State lead. 2:20 to go until the half. Quaintance again. On-ball defense. Kick out, Aaron Price Jr., who just checked into the game. He's swarmed, but a foul. And it will be called against Ali. And it will take
in blocks per game, led by him, of course. He's one of those guys with a 6'9" frame and a 7'3" wingspan. You think you have a step on him? Well, he still has 2 steps on you.
2 blocks already tonight for Quaintance. That now ties Jordan Pajinski for 8th in terms of most blocks for a freshman. There's another one. He's now ahead of Pajinski. Broken sequence and right place, right time for Peter Bondel. But remember, Jordan Pajinski, the all-time leading shot blocker in ASU history. Alex, it's been not even 5.5 games, and Quaintance already past what Pajinski did his freshman year here in Tempe.
He has a chance to just put up unreal numbers.
There's another 2-pointer. Great find down low. Excellent vision. That was Friman who found him. And Quaintance now starting to pad the offensive stats. He's got 9. Another note on Quaintance. Yeah, he's got those blocks, but take a look at plays like this, where he's stuck with the play. That time beat out by Rineker. But you'll see it a lot if you keep your eye on Quaintance defensively. Think of Rudy Gobert in the NBA. He might not get a block, but guys have to think twice of where he is at all times.
And a lot of that's footwork, too. And for a young guy with his size, a lot of times that doesn't come without playing a lot. He's played a lot, of course, in the AAU circuit, but he's ahead of his age with the footwork and with the seasoning on the defensive side.
Rineker again going back. Kick out to the corner. A 3-ball for Elliott is good. Cal Poly needed the 3-ball to drop Idaho State on opening night. And on Sunday against St. Thomas, it was a close game for much of that game, before the Devils went on a big-time run with just about 8 minutes to play and ultimately won by double digits. Sannon to the elbow. That's a pro move, and he got the pro roll for 2 more. Josan Sannon now with 14. Who said the mid-range was dead?
And his ability to find his shot at any position on the floor and get to it quickly. That's not a freshman type of game.
He's poised. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pounding defense by Miller, this time on Hyder. Rolls around a screen. Gets inside. Another rejection by Quaintance. 3 to play in the half. Sannon to the cup. Fouled with under a second to go. He wanted that 3-point. Knocks down the second. And that'll do it for the first half of play. Arizona State's had some highlights, but Cal Poly is...
Arizona State 9-1 in that category, leads to a 9-2 second chance opportunity scoring advantage for the Sun Devils.
And that's something ASU was talking about, trying to focus on going into this game. Opponents had averaged nearly 12 offensive rebounds per game through the first 5 this season. Sun Devils start out with a basketball here in half number 2. Erik Friman looking to drive baseline, split a double team, and draw the contact. 2 free throws to come. Had 43 points a year ago in the conference tournament. He was Mr. Everything, led his team in points, rebounds, assists. He was their guy. Now here, he's having to find a new role. And a team with so much talent, that's going to take some time to adjust. As there's a 3 from the top of the key. Isaac Jessup trying to get things going. He was held quiet in that first half. Now 6 points in the game.
And it wasn't necessarily inside out, but one where the shooter could be square to the basket, catch and go up. And there's that shooting percentage that we mentioned before the game.
Mustangs doing a really good job just staying in this game. And it's a big underdog, double-digit underdog. That's what you want to do. Have a chance in the second half, and here they are. Miller draws more contact and more free throws for here in Tempe. Really only him and Sean Phillips Jr., who's not playing tonight for Arizona State. The only 2 returners who played heavy minutes for the Sun Devils a year ago. Taking on a bit more of a leadership role for this Sun Devil team. Bunch of young guys and impact transfers coming in that are still kind of learning the ropes of this program, if you will. Nice kick out. A corner pocket 3. It's good, and don't let Isaac Jessup get hot. That's his second 3 of the second half.
He was our impact player coming in, 44% from 3 on the season. That's a team high, minimum 15 attempts. Guy that can fill it up if you leave him open.
Here's Mason to the 10, and you're exactly right, Alex. The Sun Devils are putting out an all-out barrage on the rim to start the second half. Jihad, quick hands, stole it away, running the floor, but had it poked free right back. Nice job by the Mustangs to stick with the play. Turnovers on both sides. Jessup, he's got the hot hand. This one rims out. Rebound ultimately pulled down by Mason. Alston Mason on a cross. Kick out. Trailer 3, Jihad. Quaintance battling for the board. He's so strong with those big hands. He's fouled on the ground. Mason will throw this in from the baseline. You look at the stat line for Quaintance. Stat sheet stuffer. Miller wide open. He knocks it down from the wing. There's Adam Miller, his second three.
And the story that stuff he went through at the beginning of the season last year, trying to get eligible for the team from the transfer from LSU. His second time transferring, and now he gets to play a full season for Arizona State. And getting hot out of the blocks for him has been so big for his confidence and for the group overall.
Here's B.J. Friman. Lobbing short corner, Jihad. Jihad with only 5 so far. He's been the hot hand coming in for the Devils. Here's Mason gliding to the cup, spinning it around the rim and in. Alston Mason. A 3, meanwhile, missed everything as Hyder was definitely collided with. He was looking for the foul, but it goes.
This second half. One time setting up at a teammate, and the other one just the confidence, and again, hate to use the buzzword, but body control to the rack. He's impressed me so much. A guy that I had not seen a ton live, but in this game, seeing him court level, just really glides through and runs the offense very well for ASU.
8 points, 4 assists so far in 20 minutes for Mason. A 3 this time, no good from the wing, as that was B.J. Friman trying to get going from downtown. Kick out to the corner for Kieran Elliott. To the mid-range against Friman. A little scoop pass down low. Elliott gets it right back and gets it over the top of Quaintance for 2. Back to a 10-point game. One more note on Mason. He's just got some swag to him. As here he'll glide inside yet again. No look, find to the corner. Sending a 3, no good. Mason's got that swag on and off the floor. Involved in Paris Fashion Week. How about that a year ago? Next whistle will take us to a timeout with the Sun Devils on top by 10. Led by 8 at the break. Pick and roll inside. An open corner 3. Elliott missed everything. The ball was punched up in the air by Quaintance. And here comes ASU. Miller running the floor. A 3 right on cue from the corner for Mason. Silky smooth all over the floor. 13 points Sun Devil lead. This match is their largest of the ball game. Offensive rebound and put back for 2. Elliott stuck with that play nicely.
Yeah, every time Arizona State thinks they can start pulling away, it's Cal Poly with a mini answer to stay at least within arm's length in this game.
Quaintance hit a 3 on Sunday against St. Thomas from the corner. That one rimmed out. Something he's really trying to work on as part of his game, especially as he eyes the NBA. Something he got to do now is a big take to the basket and a chance for a 3-point play. Nice, impressive. And that begs the question, Alex, you've been around this program for a while. Your favorite curtain distraction appearance ever?
I got to go Michael Phelps wearing all of his medals around. Although maybe this year they might have to go out and get Sun Devil alum Leon Marchand with all his gold.
Fly him over from France, where he had a phenomenal Summer Olympic Games. Bondel missed the 3 from the corner out of the timeout. Sun Devils shooting 50% from the floor in this second half, 49% for the game. Cal Poly right there with them at 48% so far tonight. Here's Quaintance. And a poke free on the spin move. Nice job keeping that play alive. And Hyder on the other end kisses off window.
Yeah, Mason took a...
Offensively, but he has not let that take away from what he can do to impact the game on the other end of the floor. And that's something that can always be a plus for ASU.
Yeah, when you add someone like that, like you see the number next to his name, okay, score, gonna have to be ball dominant. But as you said, has impacted the game in every which way.
Jihad down low, gets back on the scoreboard for the first time in a long time. And you're exactly right, that's a misconception. This ASU team might not need Quaintance to score 15, 20 night. Frankly, they don't. They have so many other guys who can fill it up at a high clip.
And they've proven that already, too. That was a big bucket, though, for the Sun Devils. That stops a 7-0 run for Cal Poly to get back in it.
Doubled on the baseline, kick out Hyder. Extra fine, corner 3. Well short, Jihad pulls down the rebound. Mason galloping into the front court, 11 points so far tonight for Arizona State. Nearly lost it over and back. Nice job saving it to Bashir Jihad. Mason playing in the same uniform his father did. Alston played here at Arizona State. Late 90s. Said it was a blessing to wear this uniform. Mid-range pull-up. Nearly got the roll. Just rimmed out, and a foul on the ground against the Mustangs. To go against Osan Sanet every single night, it seems. It's been a different guy. And then tried to go off window, couldn't get it to go. On that curl around the screen, short corner.
And tonight could be another new guy as well, as Sanet leads him with 15, but right on his heels, Mason with that good run to start this half.
And it dinged for the foul. May instantly flipped to Arizona State. 15 on the shot clock here for Cal Poly. Swing to the corner. Open three rimmed out. Mustangs threes not falling here in the second half. They're now just 2 of 9 from downtown post halftime. Here's Sanet. Again, going inside, drawing a foul. That's the 5th foul on the Mustangs already.
In the zone and defensively rather with their pack line D and start a run in this game.
Another foul right away, and it went on Bondel. It's his 3rd, 6th team foul on Cal Poly. That's going to be a storyline as the night wears on. Mid-range for Jihad. Using that pivot foot. Traveled before the shot. He's back in there for Coach Mike DeGeorge. Offense really the storyline of what makes Coach DeGeorge a success. We noted the analytics, how he leans on those numbers. But if you're just looking at old-fashioned points per game, shooting percentages, things like that, he has been a huge success. What a move that time.
Up and under, carry him through, and keep the freshman moving, and then lay a game warning off on him coming back out. But Arizona State needs an answer for Cal Poly here.
Both sides kind of just trading buckets in this last sequence. Down low, Jihad fouled yet again. This time goes on Bizimana. Either is leasing or has purchased land at the line as he goes 1 of 2.
He's going to have to look to buy some more here, only 4 attempts.
Quick turnover, Amir Ali came away with a steal. Nearly had it poked back free. Stuck with the play and an extra possession here for ASU. Was just about to note Cal Poly, one of the worst teams in the country coming in. In fact, 4th most turnovers per game. So far tonight, only 6, so well below their season average of 19. Ali no good from the mid-range. Another extra possession as Quaintance came up with another offensive rebound. He's been
counts his last time out, most from a newcomer in a long time.
1 point away from his 2nd consecutive double-double. Big possession here on really the 4th chance. Mason, shake and bake. Inside, trying to lose his defender, instead he'll kick out. Ali back to Mason, throwing down low Jihad. Down low Quaintance. Nice job, help side defense. Did try a lob, it was deflected, and a turnover. A great defensive stand there for Cal Poly. And a foul on the way to the basket that time. It'll go against Sanet.
Struggled with fouling in the first 3 games of this season. Has done a great job the last couple. Just 7 total, now 8 total fouls in this game.
Quaintance and Mason sit down. Another 3 splashed home for Jessup. His 3rd of the game, and it's a 4-point spread here in Tempe.
And you can really sense the belief in that bench on the Cal Poly side. Looking up at the scoreboard to see just 4 separating. They're in the game.
They've never led in this one. Right there with 10.5 to go. To go on Sunday against St. Thomas, but the Sun Devils followed that up with a 20-3 run to pull away. Can they do something like that again tonight? Friman, reversal for 2.
And you got to wonder, with the pace and the small rotation, is Arizona State getting a little gassed here?
Heat check 3, Jared Hyder. 19 points for the graduate student from San Bernardino.
If he's going to pull from there, you're going to let him shoot, but of course he can knock that down. My goodness.
5 of 9 from downtown in this game. Friman back to the bucket. He's got 4 straight.
Going back to the bread and butter that they started the half with, attacking the rim with the guards.
These 2 teams trading punches. Offensively, both teams in a rhythm. Suddenly, hand check call. Jessup was reached in on by 6. College basketball, nearly 110 threes on his career. He's not intimidated in this moment. Turnover here on the Mustangs. He noted they've been so good at taking care of the ball tonight. Nearly bit them right there. Miller couldn't hit the corner pocket triple, though. Still a 5-point game. Luka Tarlach to the basket, and there's a big-time bucket. First points of the night for the junior from Belgrade, Serbia.
Now, what made that move effective was how quick it was. It didn't allow the shot blocking of Jihad to get up there and affect that shot. Good move there in the post to cut it back to 3.
Bit of an uneasy feeling in this building right now with just over 9 minutes to play and a 3-point ASU lead. Foul will be called on the Mustangs as lefty who can certainly heat up. Right now, Arizona State needs to focus defensively. Going against a positionless team, and we thought that might be interesting for ASU defensively. Here's a loose ball. Watch out. 2-on-1 break. Friman throws a lob to Ali, who will finish.
Cal Poly's been taking care of the basketball until this rough stretch. Arizona State has to pounce.
And this is where ASU can really heat up quickly. Mason tucks through, kicks out. Friman a 3-ball. Just a little heavy, and a big ooh and ah from the crowd here at Desert Financial Arena.
That's a big shot if it goes down. Back to a 10-point game, crowd involved, but Cal Poly a big possession offensively.
Mustangs trying to stay in it. They had it down to 3 a couple of times. Now it's back to 7. Elliott, backdoor cut, rolling to the basket, Kuntz. And it is a foul on Arizona State. 10 on the offensive rebounding category, but yet here they are. They get another turnover. And then a reach-in foul will go against Jessup, which will... Oh my goodness, we're here. We're in it. Do you tense up? This is a program, again, that only had 7 wins in the last 2 years combined.
Yeah, trying to win the game, right? You can't win the game with 8 minutes left, but you can sure lose it, that's for sure.
And right now, they're really struggling taking care of the basketball. Somehow got that back. Jessup will be rewarded and knocked down another 3. 4th of the night for Jessup from downtown. He's got 15. And a big answer gets the lead back to 4.
It's amazing what you can do when you take care of the basketball. 5 of their last 5 from the floor, but they've also turned it over 4 times in the last 2.5 minutes.
You take the good with the bad as Jessup again called for another foul. That's his 3rd of the timeout for Alston Mason, who has been really good in this second half. 9 points post-halftime for the point guard. Mustangs broke the press and a chance at a 3-point play. They've been able to punch back. Couldn't get the 3-point play to drop. That's a significant miss, especially with the lack of free throw volume for Cal Poly in this game. They're now just 3 of 6 from the line. Still an eternity to go in this ball game. It's ASU on top by 4. Sannon, who's been quiet in the second half, gets to the basket. He's fouled. And Josan Sannon, who had his 3-point shooting percentage almost that exact mark as he goes 1 of 2 from the line there.
A lot of times that's between the ears.
Hyder nearly stumbled, stuck with the play. What a night this would be for Hyder, who was with that Cal Poly program a year ago during those huge struggles. Quainton's trying to stay with it defensively. Nearly fell that time for Reneker, who's back in there with 4 fouls for Cal Poly. Friman threw it away, but it was to 43 to go. Inbound Friman. So far tonight with 11 points. Bumps his way down low, now finds Quainton's kick out. Mason on the wing, thought about the 3. And throw it back to Quaintons. 1 point away from a double-double. And he's fouled and will have a chance at the free throw line. Now double bonus. They're now 16 of 26 from the stripe in this game. They've got the lead back to 6. With just under 6.5 to go. Kuntz's 3 won't go. It's a very quick possession. That's what Cal Poly wants, but that was a tough look by Kuntz. And it's a possession for the Sun Devils to try to push their lead back up to 8 or 9. Amir Ali, freshman off the mark. Quainton's battling for the board. It goes out.
Actually down 6 right now. That's 2 possessions in their eyes with the way they shoot the ball.
If you were to tell Mike DeGeorge earlier today, you're down 6 with 6 minutes to go, he'd take it every day of the week, make it 3. Jared Hyder with 22, including 6 triples tonight. They can smell it up and slow. Watching this ball game on the Central Coast. Mason, the floater, couldn't get the roll. Rebound back tapped. Jihad with a hustle play to keep it alive. Spins down low, it's an offensive.
But then on the other end, it's Arizona State giving them the ball back out of the control on a spin move. And a chance to tie.
But they immediately give it away. And a costly turnover. Can the Sun Devils take advantage? Sannon lobbing down low. It was not on target. And
A little bit more calculated than that. Take care of the basketball. You cannot allow Cal Poly any free possessions.
Mustangs 7 of their last 9 from the floor. They're shooting 52% of the game. A foul will be called on Quaintance as their Colorado Mesa transfers. You know they have a chip on their shoulder. Every player on this Cal Poly team has a chip on their shoulder, especially tonight. But D2 guys who are now playing at this level, so many times people assume Division II basketball not as good. There's great talent in Division II play. Here's Sannon on a step back, no good. Cal Poly can take their first lead of the game right here. Tarlach. Under 5 to play. Kieran Elliott, top of the key for the lead. It's Hyder. Missed everything, and it goes back to ASU.
Great all day, but he's airballed a couple, one on each end now. But interesting on this run, Coach Hurley has not used a timeout yet this half, keeping him for deeper situations in this game.
Devils really their source of offense over the last 4 minutes have only been free throws. They haven't hit a shot in over 4 minutes. There's a big 3 for Adam Miller. Just like on Sunday night, it's one of the 2 main returners coming up with a big-time shot. Pump fake, drive inside to the basket. Jihad stepped in front. It's a block and 1. And free throw. It's back to 2, or rather 1 again. 4:10 to play. We mentioned that nervous energy earlier. Well, it's still in the building. Jihad hands back Miller, who just hit that big 3 a moment ago. Sannon rolls down that right lane line. He's fouled. He'll have free throws after this. Night long, every single time ASU's gone on a run, the Mustangs have been able to punch back each and every time so far. Can they do it in the final 4 minutes? They've hit 12 threes tonight. A 13th would give them the lead. Instead, they turn it over for a 12th time. Friman gallops into the front court. Stumbled with the basketball, got it back. Kick out, Miller, another big 3. Same result. Corner pocket. Adam Miller yet again.
A beautiful step-through pass from Friman. The strength to get enough on it to get it to Miller. He knocks it down right in the shot pocket. Big shot.
Hyder looked to answer, instead kicked out. Jessup to the mid-range. Step through. Off the window, another response. Isaac Jessup. 17 for the senior from Spokane.
Coach Hurley and a lot of the Sun Devil faithful wanted an offensive basket interference there on an attempt toward the rebound for a putback.
Adam Miller has hit 2 big 3s the last couple of minutes for ASU. Friman nearly had it poked free. In fact, he did. Here comes Mac Reneker to the basket. Got it and the foul. And Reneker will have a chance to tie it. Reneker could not tie this game at 81. So Arizona State remains on top. And a timeout for Bobby Hurley with 2:40.
And almost a quarter of their points have come on the fast break. Again, speeding up Arizona State. That's what they wanted to do, and it's kept them in it along with some key 3s.
Miller has 2 big 3s. Speaking of which, last couple of minutes for ASU. Jihad backing down on the elbow. Spinning to the block. He's fouled with 2:25 to play.
Can't necessarily.
And let's be frank here, ASU had some impressive defensive performances, including against Gonzaga. 2-point game. Hyder with 22 tonight. A career high 6 threes and 4 points away from a career high. You'd think he'll be the guy for Cal Poly, number 0 in green. They get the ball to him with 6 to shoot. Hyder, step back, tough shot. Can't get it to go off iron. Loose ball rebound picked up by Jihad. ASU ball with under 2 minutes to play. And at this point of the game, each and every possession critical. Here's Miller. Down low, Jihad sealed off his defender. Step through, he's fouled. And more free throws to come for the Sun Devils. The crowd trying to will the Sun Devils to starving off an upset bid from Cal Poly. The loudest we've heard DFA tonight with nearly 90 seconds to go. Hyder to the mid-range, stepping through, missing the follow and a foul. Owen Kuhn, Swooker. He goes 2 of 2 from the line. It's a 2-point game again. Austin Mason sprints to the front court and pops a timeout. Arizona State will set something up. And Adam Miller, the other Sun Devil out there. What will they do offensively here in a huge possession? Miller. 15 to shoot. Top of the key, Senin, the freshman phenom. Isolated at the top of the key. Hesitation. Pump fake. Got it and one. Big free throw for Senin. He's got 20. And more importantly than anything, a 5-point ASU lead with a minute to go. Kuntz. Bounce pass down low. Quaintance on defense. Doesn't matter. Got the roll. Kieran Elliott.
With under a minute.
Miller will throw this in. Nice job getting it in quickly to Senin. Back to Miller. Defense will lag off a bit. And Miller gets it across the timeline. ASU could run this down to about 22 seconds left in the game if they use the entire shot clock. Here's Mason. Probing. Driving. Fouled with 32.8 to go.
A little bit up the floor.
1 of 2 from the line. ASU misses their 13th free throw of the game. No timeout yet for Cal Poly. They're going to run this thing. Kuntz has an open three. No good off back iron. They got a great look at it. Kuntz couldn't hit. And now the Mustangs will have to foul Jaden Quaintance with free throws in this second half. They've now taken 26 in this half alone. Hyder sprints into the front court. Tough three over Senin. Why not another? Jared Hyder. Friman will throw this thing in. He finds Josan Senin. He's tied up nearly immediately. And the freshman will go back to the line with 13 line for Senin. 4-point game with 13.9 to go. Hyder's been the star all night long. He's got 25. Gonna have to hoist from 3. He's fouled with 8.2 to go. Free throw to go. 2 of 3 from the line. It's a 2-point game. Friman catches the inbound. A foul with 4.8 to go. And it's B.J. Friman who had just... Hyder will throw this in. They'll throw it back to him. Hyder's going to have to hoist quickly. The 3 is no good. And Arizona State survives. And I mean survives.